Hello everyone, this is Blanca. I did it! I mounted an orchid on one of Natalia's pots and I'll show it to you just now. Look at that. I absolutely love that pot. I didn't want to mount anything on it because it was too pretty, but then I found an orchid that needed a new pot and I said let me try mounting it because it had 3 new growths and there's one right in there and the other one is back over there. It had 3, but when I mounted it I kind of accidentally broke the 3rd one, but I think she'll do good in it because she's not a huge orchid. She doesn't get too big and I think she'll climb up that mount very nice. And I'll insert a picture of her blooms because I think that her blooms would be very pretty on there. The color, they're very deep orange. And this is her label back here. Let's see. That's her tag. I don't know if it's readable. If it's not, I'll just type it up on the screen. It's a long one to type up. Let me try focusing on it again. All right, let's try again. I'll insert a picture anyways. And one of the other mounts I was gonna mount, I have a Bobo film that Todd gave me, and I don't care for Bobo films, and I really don't buy them, and that's the only one I have. And I always say, oh, I went to the dark side when I accepted that one. But let me show you. I was gonna put one of the Bobo film on one of Natalia's pots. Well, here's the Bobo. I don't have a label, but I think Todd gave me her name, so I'll have to make up a label. But I was gonna go ahead and put it into the little pot Natalia made, the little white colorful one. But then, oh my goodness, do you see that? Right about in the middle of the screen. I think that, I don't think that's a growth. I think that could be a bloom spike. Let me look at it a little. Zoom in on it. Yeah, it sure looks like a little bloom spike. I'm not sure what the Bobo new growth looks like. So it'll be exciting to see my first Bobo bloom. So it's going to stay in this pot. I'm not going to move her until she's done blooming. Well, today is not coconut picking day. It is mangoes. Hubby's out there picking up mangoes that are loaded with fleas or half eaten. Well, let me stop before he catches me. Oh yes, one of my viewers asked me how my McDonald orchid is doing. That's one I put into one of Natalia's pots, and it had a lot of roots when I had her like in water culture. Unfortunately, she lost all those roots. And then I had her in Natalia's taco pot, and I had her sitting in a saucer of water. She was doing good. But then one day I noticed the saucer of water was, since I keep it in the screen porch, it was full of mosquito larvae just swimming around. So I said, now I need to keep her out of that water. So then when I took her out, she lost most of her roots, but she's doing good. Let me show her to you. She's right here. There she is. And yeah, she's wearing a blue ribbon, and not for her beauty, but for support. And I don't know if you remember, this was not here. This is new. This was just a little eye at the time that I put her into this pot. And how I'm keeping her moist, because I'm not keeping her sitting in the saucer of water. I added the Spanish moss. And I don't know if, let me see if you can see. I think she has like maybe 1 or 2 good roots that are still left in here. Let's see if I can get in here. It's all the Spanish moss there. Oh, that leaf keeps getting in the way, but you see that root? That's still a good growing root there, right about in the middle of the screen. And I think she's got a few other little ones back there somewhere. So I just daily mist her or spray her down with water. But she did have roots growing, and then she aborted them because, sorry about that noise in the background, that's the poo pump. Do you see down there that little brown root? When I took her out of the saucer, she aborted that little root right there. But she's doing well, growing. Oh look, behind this big Vanda that I really need to take out of here and hang on the gutter. Yeah, I don't know. She's a heavy one, so I don't know if I can put her in there. She's not the only one. I have another big one back there too, and two or three other small ones. But behind this big Vanda, look, I got a bloom. Oh, look how pretty. Let's see if I can get in here and see her. It's my Cattleya purpurata, and I can't take her out of the pergola, and she's got three blooms, and I'll show you why. Well, here she is, my Cattleya purpurata. I always mess that up. I got it right. I brought her out of the pergola, but she doesn't travel alone. I'll show you why. But look, oh, she smells so pretty. The blooms are just beautiful. I love those colors too.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Here they are, together, united forever, as a happy couple. Not quite, but let me tell you what happened. It was one winter about 2 years ago, and it was kind of cold, and I decided to bring all the orchids that I had outside into the pergola, and I went ahead and I wrapped the pergola in plastic, and these two I set on this little table here. And that winter there was a lot of shaking going on. Look at their roots are entwined. I don't even know whose roots are whose anymore. So they're just together. And you know, like a happy couple, they made some vows, and to drink, feed together, and protect each other from scale. Duh! No, they didn't. This orchid over here, which has never bloomed for me. Never ever. It's healthy except for the scale. But look, she's got this nice new growth here. It's nice and thick. And there's another new growth back here that may back in here. But let me show you. This one is so susceptible to scale. The other one isn't. Look. Do you see that? Oh boy. And just for that, they are both getting an orchid bath. This Purpurata, I did a video on it a few years ago, and I had repotted her into this wooden baskets, and her newest growth, which is this dead dry pseudobulb, was growing to the side, and I couldn't figure out how to put her in, and I had to open one of the slats here to pot her in there. But little did I know that she was going to go into the neighbor's pot. I had to do. There's her new roots, and this is where I went ahead and cut up the basket. And blooming again is this Elsie Twilight song. It's one of my prettiest cattleyas, one of my favorites, and I'll show you her details why I like her so much. Isn't that pretty in there? The pattern. Yeah, she's bloomed maybe once or twice already this year. And this one, she was on her way, bad girl, she was on her way to getting married too. but I divorced him. And I'll tell you why. Because she was hanging up here next to that, right next to that wooden basket. And I went to bring her down to turn her around so I can look at her blooms and enjoy them. And I had to rip them apart. And let me see if I can show you where I had to rip them apart. Do you see that root tip about in the middle of the screen? That root tip was inside her basket. And I said, I'm not having any of this. No, you guys are getting separated today. And let me show you one more that I really love that is blooming. It's a spotted callia. Here she is. Isn't she beautiful? And oh my God, this one smells so good. Kind of like roses, like the red roses, or maybe a little bit stronger. Oh, and she's so pretty. Look at all the details. Her petals all start out green with dots. And you know, I didn't even know she was blooming because what I saw from the back side of her, just green. She was all green. Her buds were green, so I didn't even notice until one day I went in the pergola a couple days ago and I spotted that vibrant color of the lip. Oh, she smells great. Very pretty. And here is her. And I'm keeping her in the screening porch just in case she gets any ideas of going into some type of relationship with another orchid. Here is her label. Let's see, it's a Callia green emerald queen something. I'll type it up on the screen. I don't think it's focusing. But oh my God, what a wonderful fragrance she has. I love her. Well, this is the end of my video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, and thank you for watching.